Hey, what's up, dudes? We don't have hand mics, so I don't know what to do with my hands now. What do I do with my hands?
Wow.
This is the Totally Gamescast, episode 11, coming to you live from the darkest dungeons of Des Moines, Iowa.
Not so dark anymore.
Yeah, we just brightened up the place. How are you doing today, Sean?
Pretty good.
Hell
Not
yeah.
bad. I'm glad I had a 3-day weekend, but I didn't do any gaming really. I played some Apex Legends, so I'm sure we're gonna be chatting about that game for like the next X amount of months.
I played some today, honestly, and had a decent time with one of my buddies or whatever, so.
You're doing only PC though, right?
Yeah, I just don't want to deal with fucking figuring my mic out and relearning a whole fucking... The sticks, dude. The sticks are so hard, man. I can't aim worth a shit all on the mouse and keyboard, much less the sticks.
Yeah.
But today, on my mouse and keyboard, I cut my DPI in half and my mouse sensitivity in half too, because apparently I'm double the standard of most FPS shooters or whatever, so.
Yeah, I've played Apex Legends twice, 3 to 4 hour sessions. Not very long at all. I'm not very good at all. I'm definitely better than a lot of players though. That's probably how some people.
Dude.
Yeah. Well, some people just log on, get killed, and then get one kill every 5 games. You know.
Yeah, definitely, man. We got second place today.
Oh,
we only
wow.
played 3 or 4 games, but we had a guy that was really good, a good Pathfinder, and I was actually hitting my shots.
Oh, who are you playing as? I'm just curious.
The guy with the shield.
Oh,
the shield
really?
guy. I love him, dude. So if you enjoy having cover wherever you want, Fortnite, it's kind of that middle ground where you throw a shield and it's I can peek in and out of the cover and I don't have to plan out my routes ahead of time. You know what I mean?
That's cool. I've never played with Gibraltar I liked, and there's 2 characters I played with only trolls. It's so weird.
Oh, where they're just bubbling you nonstop?
Well, so this last Gibraltar I played with, or first and only, I think, one of 2 maybe, because I've only played 20, 30 games. He, on the jump, he took us off, and you know how you follow? He literally took us into the lake, and river or whatever, killed us, or the ocean, excuse me.
Hell yeah. That guy knows how to play.
He's supposed to be my support tank, and he just does that.
Yeah, crusty motherfucker.
Yeah.
I mean, you get that with online games.
Sure. It was the first time I had gotten it in Apex Legends, so it's really weird. But that's cool that you like to play as him. I personally like Bangalore or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Just because she's so simple. She's just 80 carry kind of character, and she has that smoke bomb and has 2 cartridges. I think that's after the first patch or so. But that's pretty cool that you can use those to just get out of there. And then her air missile strike thing's pretty fun.
Oh yeah, that's the same as, I think it's almost exactly the same as Gibraltar's ultimate thing, where you just call it an airstrike type thing where bombs fall or whatever. Yeah.
Gibraltar's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
But I like Wraith, and then I also like the Bloodhound, offensive heavy characters. But I haven't gotten into it I thought we were going to, or I was going to buy Mirage.
Yeah.
So the guy that's a tricky guy that can send out decoys.
Yeah, my buddy was playing with him today.
Oh, nice.
He did some nice shit where he sent out a decoy and then I shielded us and then this guy came around the corner and we annihilated him. So,
oh, dang.
Yeah, it was cool because that was the first time I had actually felt I had coordinated abilities with anyone, which I kind of didn't think the game was super heavy in that aspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the learning curve is so high. Let alone not only learning your abilities but coordinating, I think.
Yeah, I mean it's an aiming simulator, honestly. Though, if you're missing your shots, you're not gonna play well in the game at all.
Sure,
so.
That's all first-person shooters, though.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely. But people want to glorify it it's the strategy is so deep, but ultimately it's a first-person shooter, and if you can't hit the guy, no amount of strategy means anything. Exciting show today. I know that we're all on Apex lately, but so we got the Carlton dance, can't be copyrighted, so that suit's gonna fall off.
Good.
Darkest Dungeon 2 announced.
I want to hear if you played the first one and if you're excited.
I'm not super excited for the game. I watched a good amount of the first one and I thought it was a cool game to watch. I liked how it was an endless gauntlet type thing where you just get as far as you can and then the game's over, but
right.
honestly not really big into turn-based strategies. I'm not a big brainer. I'm a big shooter now. So.
Yeah, turn-based strategy is a little tough for me. It's like it's a whole different world.
Yeah.
You know, it's like going from Pac-Man to Tetris in my eyes. It's like just, I don't know.
Well, Pac-Man and Tetris, I think, are kind of similar. Like,
maybe that's a bad analogy. Okay, from Fortnite to Tetris.
Yeah, sure. I mean, definitely. Or Fortnite to Final Fantasy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, or like Fortnite to Magic the Gathering, kind of huge jumps because one's a totally like abstract learning thing, and then one's like a reaction and like
timing and
game knowledge shit or whatever. But anyways, it's from a small studio, 14 people. They're planning by next year going to a 20-person studio. I'm sure that depends on like how this release goes, but it's definitely was a game that was received super well on Twitch.
Even for a small game, huh?
Yeah, no, like people were loving that shit, and it had like a really good community for a long amount of time for like what it was, you know?
I know the first one that came out got like in the 9s.
Yeah, no,
it's a lot of places.
Yeah, no, it's definitely hailed as a very good game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, so I guess we'll just go back to the Carlton dance can't be copyrighted. So the dance is too simple and not choreographable. I spelled that so wrong.
I know last when I saw it.
I just literally like the spelling aid wasn't fucking helping me out at all, dude. It wasn't even trying to help me out. Here's how I spelled it. I'll put it on the screen just so you guys can have a laugh. And I think that's it. Nope. That's not it.
There it is.
There it is. That's
choreographicable.
Ouch. That's like if anyone wants to give me an F in chat, that's all right. But shit, man. So I think that it's a good thing that they didn't win that suit, man, because like, where does it end then? Like, I mean,
no
like
kidding.
Trump's like you're fired. Like, when is a boss gonna get sued for that? You know?
Yeah.
I think it's like a really slippery slope with like who owns like simple motions of the body, you know, and shit like that. But
yeah,
I mean,
so this was a combination of 3 dances. That was another thing, is like 3 moves or whatever, and like you can't just choreograph like 3 moves. And you were saying, like as you were saying, it was not, you can't register this with like the trademark. I thought that was the main interesting part about this, was that he didn't even point to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air being the reasoning or his proof. His proof was his Dancing with the Stars routine.
Okay.
Like, what? This dude's on his rocker, man. He must
dancing because he wanted the money, you know? Because
like
if it was the Fresh Prince dance, that would have been royalties for them. But like
NBC, exactly. I had that on here. NBC owns the Fresh Prince. They own like the rights to the show, so they clearly own any properties, anything made in that. You know, like
it's
they would. I mean. So,
yeah, it's an interesting, like, weird thing there. But, so 2 Milli has also filed a suit for an emote. I don't really know which one that is. Like, what's 2 Milli?
So, I think 2 Milli, and if anyone wants to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments or the Twitch chat, they were like a one-hit wonder, but then they were, like, caught. It was, like, 2 brothers caught as... I might be wrong, but caught lip-syncing.
Okay.
And so, like, then they, like, the whole career went to crap, and I think one of them committed suicide. Anyway, I don't know what their, like, dance was. We could probably find it pretty simple. Yeah.
I'm kind of curious at this point what the 2 Milli...
If I'm wrong about 2 Milli, I apologize, but...
Okay, here, I'm gonna pull it up.
No, I'm way off.
Oh, it's the swipe it up. Okay, I got you.
Wait, let me see that.
This is on Stretch Dress, so it might look ugly as fuck. Sorry,
There's
boys.
There's a growing controversy over Fortnite's use
of I'm way...
which players can buy.
So there's a few fucking dances being taken here, obviously, but... Do you have a problem with them taking dances?
Heck no, dude.
Do you have a problem with any game taking dances like this?
I think it's a fun way to like bring in the community. I mean... We were, this is kind of interesting. Like, we were at a game, a sports game live. We were at a
sports ball.
Yeah. Oh, there's 2 Milli, creator of the Milli Rock.
Oh, he's so pissed, dude. Look at him.
I have him mixed up. I clearly have him mixed up because that's not a 1990s dude.
No. This is looking like some new pop culture. Honestly, besides the Snoop Dogg dance, a lot of the dances aren't like that old. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, that wouldn't have made sense. I don't know why I went that direction. But now we're watching some people just about to do some emotes on this biatch or dances. But I don't have any issues at all with it. I think it's just fun to bring in the culture. And like I said, I was at this like live or sports event, which I never go to, maybe once a year. And we were like courtside. We got free tickets, thanks to Clem. And we were like, they were showing people on the screen, you know, like just in the halftime or whatever. And it was just kids doing Fortnite dances, dude.
Yeah, and
there was
it's
like,
all over the internet.
Yeah, there's like 80 people there because it was on a Monday night after like our first or second or third snowstorm.
Yeah.
But it was just, I think it's fun. I don't think it's an issue. I don't think these people just want money because Fortnite and Epic are doing so well right now.
Yeah, definitely. And like I just saw on that video, somebody said that they should put real rap songs behind the dances, you know. And then also Drake has been like getting at Fortnite for a hotline bling emote like for a while now, you know what I mean?
He's funny as hell, and he's always seems to be like such a good sport about everything that matters.
Yeah.
Like this, just be a good sport. What do you want to make 50K or 100K?
Dude, think about it. Like just think about it. Your game, your dance is permanently in a game that people are gonna play for years, or like at least a year. You know what I mean?
You know, like even if it's 0.0001% of the people ages 18 to 25 download a song or check out the music video, he's probably gonna make 10K.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's money in your pocket. Like free advertising, like Marshmallows, like shit in Fortnite is such a good like crossover thing that like I don't know, like he's immortalized in a video game. Like how many musicians have that? You know what I mean? Where they are a full-on character that you can choose, basically. You know what I mean? Like not many people have that. Shaq's in a video game, but like, you know.
I think
Shaq Fu, dude. That's one of the all-time great games. You know what I mean?
So great. Better than E.T. for NES.
True, definitely. I don't think Shaq Fu was that bad. And I'm very critical of games.
Yeah, I remember only liking Shaq Fu because my friend liked was he on the Lakers?
He was, at one point he was on the Lakers, but he, like, got all of his money in college, everyone knows.
Oh.
I'm just joking. It's like a joke from, like, basketball, but he played on the Magic a lot.
Yeah, Magic. And then Magic Johnson was on the Magic or something?
Magic Johnson was on the Lakers, but...
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean...
But my friend growing up liked the team, whatever team he was on in, like, the late 90s.
Yeah, definitely.
So, like, I liked him because of that, you know?
Dude, honestly, kind of the same thing with Shaq, because he was on...
That's what I meant, Shaq.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm saying, is like when I was a kid, my friend across the street loved... Like, his whole room was Orlando Magic. Like, he had, like, sheets and shit, you know? And, like, just by association, I, like, got really into it and, like, carried that with me.
Yeah.
You know? But...
Anyway, let's move into some Fortnite news that isn't only about the game. I thought this was so interesting. I'm glad you put it in the doc because I had to laugh reading about it. So, do you want to kind of kick it off? I mean...
So basically, it was a Fortnite festival in England. Over 3,000 people bought tickets to this. The entry was anywhere from $15 to $25, and apparently it was just horrible. Just like an awful experience. Just really ghetto. I don't even really... They basically took all of the imagery from Fortnite and used it without Epic's consent. And like made a shit show and pissed a whole bunch of people off. Like,
yeah, dude, I love this topic and I love this story because it got me like to dive in. I like did some research. So
dope.
So there was 3,000 people in attendance and they were charging parents $15 to $20 just to be there with their kids. Now, most of these like kids friendly events, like if you bring in a kid, like your parents should get them for free. I think that's like a general rule, right? Like it just makes sense to me. Like you're bringing 2 or 3 kids for this kid thing. Like, there's the daddy daycares, or, like, there's...
Yeah, no, it's better than them just dumping their kids up at the thing,
yeah, exactly.
You know?
Like, so, it was $15 to $25, like you said, to get in, but then it was $26 to get unlimited access to these attractions.
Oh, my God.
So, 3,000 people, like you were saying, Trey. There was a wall climbing station that had 4 sides to the wall, so only 4 people could climb at once.
Okay, a 3,000 person event, nice.
Oh, yeah. There was an archery range, so only 4 people could shoot arrows at once. And then there was a go-kart thing where 4 actual go-karts or carts were there.
So 12 people could be having fun at once.
Exactly! Which, if you do the math, like, that would take, like, 16 hours to do 1 or 2 of those activities. Maybe all 3. What in the heck, man?
16 hours.
I mean,
Wow.
jeez. So there were some, basically exactly what you said, there were some lame diversions and, like, them using, like, literally using assets of the game, like, and just made, like, physical forms of it.
Sure, yeah, definitely. Like, this kind of reminds me of all of the old school, like, Simpson ripoff shit, you know? Like, it's like, it's Fortnite, you know? Or, like, just, like, change one letter and, like, be like, oh, we good. But,
yeah. So this was put on by a company called Exciting Events out of Norwich, England, I believe.
Okay.
And so Exciting Events did set out 3 of these events, like, for the public to join in. Obviously, this one sold really well, and they had 2 more already booked. But since Epic has taken legal action, they have dissolved, essentially, and shut down. They're about to sell all their assets. They canceled the other 2 events, which I'm sure they had pre-sale tickets sold through. And Sean Lord, spelled like my name, S-H-A-U-N, as you can see on the screen. Like, what the heck?
Also clearly a scumbag.
Yeah. Disrespectful to my name. No. The owner and director of Exciting Events, he says, these proceedings by Epic Games have had a catastrophic impact on the company's ability to trade, which has forced Exciting Events Limited to cease all trading activities immediately, and the director of Exciting Events will now seek to limit the losses to third parties and our creditors.
Oh, wow, dude.
Get the heck out of here, dude.
Get out of here, Sean Lord.
Yeah. So it's like, kind of goes back to, like, Nintendo always sends cease and desist. It's like a joke on the internet, right? Like, there's memes, like, you do anything related to their IP, they send a cease and desist. And sometimes I'm like, okay, chill out. Like, it's okay for someone to have a Mother 3, like, at a translation, like, a fan-made translation of Mother 3, because it's never come to the U.S., and, like, so many people want to play it. I mean, Earthbound's so popular in the U.S.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's, like, a fine line, and I think that they crossed the line with, I mean, they're making, like, some people were tying this festival directly with, like, Epic and, like, Fortnite in their head. Like, these parents are, like, probably going to be like, you're not allowed to play Fortnite anymore because, like, this was so bad and such a waste of money, you know?
Right.
At least this wasn't, like, a Firefest level fuckery, you know what I mean? It's nearing the level of Firefest fuckery.
It was essentially Firefest fuckery for these, like, 12 to 16-year-olds. Like,
Firefest light over here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. But, I mean, like, Nintendo sometimes crosses that line. I mean, I know that Epic lets a lot of, like, weird, like, fan-made, like, figurines and shit, like, go on Etsy and just, like, lets them, like, sell it, you know, because it's something they're not gonna make, you know what I mean? So
I feel like that 3,000 is just such a big number, you know? Like, they're making $6,000 just on, like, admission.
Yeah.
And then they have these, like, passes they have to buy as extras. Oh, it's just so gross.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see, like, the shutdown.
Definitely. So speaking of more lawsuits, I think that's, like, all that's on the docket.
I know,
I think we're just, like, talking about, like, lawsuits all day.
Not great things.
Pokemon Go suit ends with Pokestops being removed and some restrictions being put on there. It's funny that this is just now getting onto the docket after it's probably less relevant than it's ever been. Especially during winter.
Yeah.
I mean, in some places, I'm sure it's still rampant. Like, the Pokemon Go fever is probably hitting pretty hard, but I think this is kind of a little late. But apparently there was a ton of instances of trespassings due to Pokemon Go, where there was reports of people wandering around like zombies, bumping into shit.
Oh my god. Walking out into traffic.
Yeah, just shit like dumb kid shit.
Do you remember how crazy Pokemon Go was?
Oh yeah, it was absolutely psycho, dude. Like,
dude, I had so much not fun, like, for the first, like, few weeks, because we were supposed to, like, Lydia and I were going to go out on a walk together and catch Pokemon. No, can't connect to the server. We spent, like, 3 or 4 nights, like,
ouch.
And then Oh, man, it used to drain your battery so quick, man. Oh, man.
Honestly, I played a good amount of that. I remember literally be driving to work and, like, slowing down by Pokestops and, like, trying to spin the shit or whatever.
Yes.
Like, doing some reckless shit. So, I mean, it was probably a necessary thing. Apparently, single-family homes have the right to remove stops within 40 meters of their property. And Niantic's also recording complaints to prevent inconvenient stops, like just so that the same things don't repeat themselves. Although,
so I think this is all settlement stuff that's proposed. I don't know if the California lawmakers have, like, the lawsuit judge essentially has set, like, okay, this.
Oh, I thought that it had ended in this stuff, but. In the settlement, I guess named plaintiffs are also to receive. I'm like almost sure that this went through.
Okay, yeah, let's check it because I'll start rattling off some other ones on here.
All right.
So yeah, just as you said, the owners of single-family residential properties get rights for the removal. That's crazy to me. 120 feet. That's a pretty big distance, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, if you got a subway near your house and, like, the Pokestop gets removed and, like, that was helping the subway in whatever weird way, you know?
Yeah.
But anyways.
So they have to keep track of the complaints. That is something crazy. Like, that's what my world is. Like, I live in a world right now. It's, like, all about the complaints. And you have to respond within 15 days and provide a resolution. And then you also have to maintain a database of complaints, which is nuts to me.
Okay, so 5 days ago they were saying they're tweaking the lawsuit.
Okay,
so I would say that's probably as recent as we could possibly get with that.
So this stuff, thanks for looking that up. Appreciate it. So this stuff is probably going to go through at least in some way. So that, man, the biggest one on here that I wanted to point out is that they have, if there's 10 or more people playing or at rating or whatever, they might have to send out a warning screen or like a notification to the people playing while they're in the middle of the game. How awful would that be to like say, hey, you better be respectful because you're close to someone else's property.
I don't think it's that bad. Like if you're clicking, like that game is not that fast paced. Like
Sure.
you have a time limit, but to hit OK during like catching a Pokemon isn't the biggest inconvenience when you compare it to like the shit that the homeowners are probably dealing with a bunch of punk ass kids stomping all their flowers trying to catch a ghastly or some shit, you know what I mean? Like,
so you come down on the side of the residential
I see
homeowners.
both sides.
Okay.
I think that they need to find a happy medium because like honestly this game was like rudely dropping this shit on a bunch of business owners without their permission, and I think that they kind of like overstepped their bounds in a lot of ways. Although that the amount of work that they would have had to put in to have those like Pokestops approved across the nation before the game probably would have been like insane. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
To get approval for every Pokestop would be a pretty daunting task, I would imagine. But
yeah, no, I agree. That's what I'm saying is like for them to have the complaint database and also provide a resolution, have a team that provides resolutions for these kinds of complaints within 15 days, that's just a lot of extra work. They're a game company.
Oh, it's supposed to be within 15 days.
Yeah,
I mean, that's like
yeah.
a pretty intense deadline. So I think that'll probably be part of the tweaking of the deal just because it's a deal that can't be met. You know what I mean?
Also, like, they have to follow park authorities and park hours.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, isn't that a warning, or does it shut the game off for them? I assume it's just another warning screen. That
Some sort of mechanism that helps them. Yeah, so you're right. But still, I think it just is like a weird interruption in the game that sucks overall.
Well, yeah, for adults that are just like trying to like play the game, or like for kids that are trying to play the game respectfully, it's too bad. But you also have to see it from the worst case scenario, where there's one neighborhood where they stand in one person's yard all day because that's where the
kill
best
their
Pokemon
grass.
are. Yeah, I mean, like, you can like act like it's not a big deal. But
No,
like,
I know. I'm not trying to be rude about it, but
yeah, but I mean, like 12 kids in your yard every day. You're just like,
horrible.
fuck,
Yeah.
dude, get the fuck out of here. But,
well, here in Des Moines, Iowa, like the sculpture garden, there was vandalism that happened, like just not as a result of this, but possibly.
Oh yeah, no, definitely,
I mean,
it was a result of it because they just were like damaging sculptures and climbing all over them and
spray paint.
I did hear some spray paint shit too. So I mean, I think that's just wherever the kids are, there's going to be some damage.
Yeah,
too,
yeah. And I feel bad. Like you were saying, the surrounding businesses like the Jimmy John's there, there's a couple other bars and restaurants there. Like, those were getting affected too. I mean, the success was just so great. Like, no one really could have predicted it. Obviously, with Niantic not being able to keep up the server.
Yeah, definitely. Situation. Yeah, I mean, there was what's the worst case for those businesses, though? That kids use their bathrooms in a lot of cases. Like, I think that for, like, in our town in particular, that it was great for those businesses because it was like a little festival going on where there's kids buying cookies or whatever it is, or a pop every now and then to help out with those food costs and shit, you know?
In general, I agree. Like, especially with, like, isn't there an elementary downtown? Like,
yeah, like the downtown school or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good for the businesses for sure. I used to work at a gas station, and just having a bunch of kids come in on their backpacks, like, you never knew, like, okay, there probably is, like, one bad egg in every 3 groups, or 5, but, like, that one kid's gonna steal, like, $10 worth of candy or whatever.
Yeah, did you ever have to
lay
the smackdown on
I caught so many thieves. I would run into the cooler, which looked into the aisles, like, straight ahead, and just watch straight up. And when I caught somebody, boom, game over. Like,
what do you do? Call the cops? Or
no, a lot of the times, like, their parents were irregular, so I would just wait and tell their parents, like, hey, little Jimmy stole that Twix, and
no shit, dude.
Yeah,
blasted
them, man. I was a really, really good employee at catching thieves.
Like, I mean, that's like a good way, like, not even having to call the cops. Like, that's a good community member there that you're, like, just like, okay, I'm going straight to your parents, you little punk shit, you know?
Yeah, like, I wasn't trying to, like, bury the kid. I was a stupid kid before, and I used to steal batteries like crazy, man. I need my Game Boys charged.
We used to steal, like, cap guns, like, you know what I mean? Like, those little shitty, like, you'd get, like, the cartridge caps, like, bap, 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 bap. We would, like, steal those by, like, the box, you know? Like, we were
cases?
We loved them, dude, because, like, what we said, like, when I got caught stealing them, they were like, why do you keep stealing these? And we're like, because we like to run them over with our bikes. Like, you know? Oh, man.
You could just put a playing card in your bike spokes.
Yeah, but same shit, you know, same shit. But, I mean, that one's a little more explosive, you know?
I still, like, to this day, feel like batteries are such a ripoff. Like, that's why I bought rechargeable ones for this recorder we're not even using. But, like,
I'm like so thrifty about shit like that. I try not to use paper towels. I just try to use anything that doesn't, like, is totally, like, disposable like that. You know what I mean?
My whole life I grew up not using paper towels, and now that I've seen, like, the grass is greener, which is using paper towels, it's so nice. Dude, it's so nice. And I go to Costco, so it's like we buy them twice a year and we're good.
Yeah, I mean, it's another cost, man. Like, so I try to spend under $10 a day. And, like, if I started adding paper towels to that mix, oh, dude, it's
$10 a day? That's a really small budget when you're going out to eat all the time.
Dude, that's, like, divided, so I didn't spend anything today. You know what I mean? I didn't drive my car 1 inch. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, so, like, the whole day is a wash. You know? So then tomorrow, I'll probably buy dinner, and it'll probably cost, like, $20-$25.
Okay.
So then, like, and then the next day I might not spend anything again. So, like, or spend a small amount for gas.
Yeah.
Kind of off topic.
I love how you said $10 because that was my budget when I was going to college, like 15, I think.
Yeah.
So $450-ish a month.
It's very rough. I mean, like, I just try to think in my brain, like, that's gonna put you over 10, bro. Like, you know.
It's not like you have an Excel spreadsheet and you're like,
I don't even look at my bank account, dude. It's just like all instinctual, guttural money saving stinginess.
So, yeah. Trey, you would have to save for 2 days, not drive your car an inch, not buy any.
Games are outside of that whole.
Oh, okay. But in order to get the Final Fantasy IX port on Switch, which we were watching live last week when they did that Nintendo Direct a week ago today, that is $21. Can you believe that?
I think it's affordable for the game, but like,
man.
I think I paid way less on Steam. I think I would get it on sale for like $8. So, I mean, it's like on Switch, so it's like the Nintendo tax is always there, and I think it's a great game for mobile. So I don't know. I think had they like done a little bit more to the game, because like the biggest complaints is it's basically a direct PS4 PC port, you know. and like they didn't fix any of the problems that people had with the game on those ports. So I think that's kind of steep, but honestly, for the amount of gameplay in the game, there's over 20 hours of gameplay. I'm sure it's closer to 60, 70 because it was a 4-disc game.
Holy moly, it was?
Yeah, on PS4, man. Like back in the day.
Or PS1?
PS1.
Okay.
Yeah, PS4. Back in the day when PS4. What PS are we on again?
Yeah.
What year is it again?
Holy
dude?
crap, though. I remember the case being huge. Bro.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of those JRPGs were multiple discs. Like, I know 8 was 4 discs. I think 7 was 2 discs.
Yeah,
and then I'm not 100% on that. I didn't play it on the original.
So if you bought them for the PlayStation, even today, it'd be close to that. But like, no one wants to pay that much. 20. Yeah. I feel like 21 is just too much. Especially, we can get into like some of those issues with the sound. Like, what in the heck?
Well, I mean, it is a remaster. Like, it's not the direct port from the PS1. It is like a port from the PlayStation. Like, you know what I mean? It's a port from those other things. So it is remastered in some way, so I think that bumps the cost up a little bit, but oh my god, I know, dude. It's been rough out here. It's showbiz, Smog. It's
showbiz, baby.
Not every day can be a sold out fucking
yeah. I love your attitude. You always got a good one. Hey, dude, happy to see you in the chat at least. That's pretty chill.
Appreciate you, Smog. Sorry I didn't stream the other day. I was hungover. I posted that. This is off topic also, but we went to the casino Saturday night. I got drunk. Was like, I love Fortnite. I love streaming games.
Yeah, dude. But it was fun.
And then like I fucking post on Discord I'd stream and then totally bailed because I was hungover. Anyways, good times. I only lost $10, so that was my money for the day. Got the free pizza.
Oh, dude, that pizza was so good. It hit the spot.
Yeah, dude. I was not ready, dude. Shit. Anyways, man, I was expecting having to pay for pizza, so the surprise pizza was fantastic.
Especially when you're only giving yourself $10 a day. You already lost that 10 at the casino.
Dude, it was so dumb because I was up the 10 I had lost, and then like I saw Lydia on. Did you see her on that giant slot machine? I was like, I saw that and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna go get on a big slot machine too, and just blew it in one roll. I was like, I hate my life, but
yeah. So I won't be playing this game. Like, the old game is old and it's kind of a bummer. Yo, what up, Alex? We are going to be playing at 5:30-ish or whenever we finish with this Totally Gamescast. So we're just chatting about all things video games.
Yeah. So just like another 20-30 minutes and we will be dropping some Jackbox Party Pack.
Do we know Alex the homie G in real life?
No. Okay. She's on Instagram. Like, we're friends on Instagram now.
Cool.
And I'm just getting to know her from this shit.
Cool. Nice to meet you.
So anyways, Jump Force drops. Have you seen much about this game?
Yeah, I think it looks cool. All of our anime fam up in here is going to love it, I think, because I think it looks really cool. But I'm playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, which has like this kind of same hub world thing. So I'm getting my like fighting game fix there. I find it hard to like pay $60 for fighting games unless it's Smash.
Yeah, no doubt. I definitely wouldn't pay $60 for this. I think that the art choices in this game were very poor. It's so funny because it's like an anime game, and instead of taking like kind of like the vibes from Xenoverse and like doing cell shading and stuff, it's like 3D weird. It's like a middle ground between cartoon and real life. So I want to pull up the One Punch Man, dude. One Punch Man.
It's gonna make people feel really gross while looking at this. I said Xenoverse 2, but I meant Dragon Ball Fighters, the newest one.
That's what I meant too. Sorry, I was just going off of what you was.
Yeah. Don't listen to me. I'm like get up at 4 a.m. every day to go to work, so I'm kind of stupid by the time I come on.
Where the fuck is this button?
Man, so when I first saw this like game like last E3, I believe, I thought this looked so cool, but like the more I see of the game, the less I like it, if that makes sense. So like
look at this, dude. Like that does not, I mean, this is actually the most flattering picture I've seen of this dude. So I mean, these all look okay, but he looks horrifying at some angles, man. Like,
man, yeah, it's not like true to the show, but like there's so many different kinds of shows. I mean, they're all cartoons, right?
Well, for the most part, but it's just an interesting mesh because some of the characters do look great. Like, I honestly think Naruto is ready for that. Like, is good for that kind of like style, you know what I mean? But like others definitely are suffering from that. MK11, that game is hyped, definitely. Dude. Some of those finishers look dope as shit. Like, I mean, I think that Mortal Kombat games always have this huge wave of hype because they have those awesome clippable like finishers and stuff. But I also think that a lot of them don't have the greatest gameplay. Like, MKX was great. I had a good time with it, but it wasn't like... Never in my head was I like, this is the premier fighting game. Right. This is like the one that I want to get really good at because it's tight. It feels like well made. They always play good, but I just never feel like they're like the tier one. And I'm like so competitive that I just always want to play what I think is the best game all the time.
Yeah. So, Mortal Kombat X, I got that with a friend of the show, Clem, on Black Friday to play with him anytime, just whenever. Like, we never have done that like, at all. There's just too many other games, you know, but like I feel like in person it would still be so much fun. That's one of my favorite games to play at barcades. I love going to barcades, and Mortal Kombat's one of my favorites, dude.
Oh yeah, the old ones are so fun. I'm honestly starting to like, I used to be all Mortal Kombat kid, no Street Fighter ever, but I'm going Street Fighter these days. I'm like going, I just like how those games like, they feel like the tight fighting game. Like, if I'm going to play a fighting game, it's going to be Smash Brothers or fucking Street Fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, in my head... that
You're not Virtua Fighter or Tekken? Or
Tekken's really cool.
Tekken's actually really good.
That game is, like, psycho, though. You have to remember some serious, like, sequences. And if you're playing, like, Eddie Goro, man, you gotta... That's the right name, right? Eddie Goro?
Is it the tiger?
No, he's the dance... like, the... parkour guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
I don't know the characters very well.
But you have to remember all these stances and shit, and it's like, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that game's way complicated. I like Mortal Kombat, I always have. I was one of those kids that was like 3, 4, 5 years old in the 90s. What up, Van Wedge?
How's it going, buddy?
Like 3 or 4 or 5 years old in the 90s and getting Mortal Kombat on Genesis, so I had that blood.
Damn, you got the blood at a young age, man. So... in Jump Force, the gameplay looks like it's pretty simple, hard to master kind of situation. I don't remember what game they had compared it to, but it's kind of like a 3D fighter where there's some space between you, so there's room for ranged characters, but basically there's a light, heavy attack, grab, block, you know, so very simple controls. I don't know how much longevity that leads to with a game like that, you know. I do think that that's a really good thing, though, because, like, the anime games bring in casual players, and they just want to either beat up a computer or have, like, a fighting chance against a good player, you know what I mean? They don't want the huge learning curve because they're going to play the next anime game that comes out.
If I allot myself one fighting game a year, it's going to not be this one. You know what I mean? Like, probably Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, definitely. I will definitely consider buying Mortal Kombat 11. I will probably watch an ass ton of Mortal Kombat 11 on the first day it comes out, man. Like, first couple days. Like, it'll be fun.
It's definitely a fun... You have such a good point. Like, it's fun just to watch people play that know all the fatalities, and just on Twitch would be a good...
Dude, that'd be satisfying as fuck to watch people just, like, one combo people. I love that. Like, fighting games, like, do you ever watch people play, like, Marvel vs. Capcom?
Oh, yeah, where they do, like, they got, like, 1 or 2, like, whole 98, like, combo or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
they're, like, 100% combos, like, for sure in the game, and it's, like, actually psycho.
Yeah.
Okay, so, what's this next one? Apex Legends causes sales of VR game Apex Construct to take off.
Yeah, so Apex Construct is a game for VR on Steam that is for sale for $30, right? And as soon as Apex Legends came out, that, like, boosted that game's sales, like, by 4,000%.
Dude, it's that name brand, dude.
Yeah. So Andreas Juliusson of Apex Construct took to Reddit to defend this game he's worked on for all this time, because people are, like, leaving horrible reviews on Steam saying, what the heck, this cost $30, I didn't get the Pathfinder skin or whatever, you know, like, they must have thought it was, like, the Battle Pass or something that was coming out in March eventually. It will be out. So there's so many negative reviews. I just felt like this was kind of a bummer for this company because, like he said, our books look great right now. All these people are buying this game. We're getting like hundreds of $30 sales, but then like a whole bunch of them are returning the game too. You know?
Sure. I mean, not everyone's returning the game. It's not like a T-shirt or a shirt where you're like returning dirty clothing.
Yeah.
It's like a digital property. If they're not gonna play the game and they like misunderstood what they were getting, like okay, and you're still getting more traffic. If you're getting these bad reviews, that's if you're already have received a 4,000% boost in like traffic. I think you're just expediting the number of people that are giving those bad reviews. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like the exponential growth, you're going to have more haters, and suddenly that number is going to spike quick, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
at all?
yeah. I agree. He's looking into ways though. Andreas is looking into ways how he can work with Steam and like the community guidelines and stuff, so that they can't just trash the game. For their reasoning being they didn't read like what this game actually is, because I do think like as a smaller game company who's trying to make it out in the world like on Steam, like that would suck to get like just go from like a 4.2 to like a 1.2, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's all like arbitrary though. If your sales are good, who the fuck cares? And it sounds like I don't know how long like the longevity of this game is supposed to last. Like this thing I haven't even heard of.
I know. That's the thing.
Like, what style of game is it? Did you?
It's just a VR game. Is all I've read. I didn't look into it too much.
Okay, for sure. I was just curious because like I just don't see why you'd be angry if you returned it. Why you'd even? Oh, I didn't understand what this game is. I'm gonna return it. I'm also gonna leave a negative review. There should be something on Steam where there's like a game played requirement.
Yeah.
Like you have to like reach a certain level, but then that would also mean if you returned it, you wouldn't reach that cap.
I think Steam overall is really, really tough. Like the community is super harsh or super loves like all the games that they ever buy. I like the whole return policy and all this thing. Like there's no other community right now as far as consoles are concerned like Steam.
Yeah, I know. That's the only people who can return games like that. And it's like the only like. Outside of doing like a game rental service like GameFly or anything, it's like one of the only ways to try out a game for like an hour and like decide if you like it or not. Outside of like betas also, you know, like
yeah. I mean, it's hard to find any game on Switch, right? Like as soon as Tuesday, Thursday runs around when like all the games are starting to drop, it's like impossible to find anything except for like the top 20, 30, 50 games at most.
Well, that being said, they did drop 3 demos when we were watching Nintendo Direct. I think they dropped that Yoshi Story thing or the Yoshi's Crafted World type thing, and they did drop a couple more demos. I think that might have also included like the Tetris Battle Royale that's making some big waves.
I was hoping. Are you a big Tetris player?
I used to be obsessed with Tetris, man.
Same.
I was like ranked on Xbox in Tetris.
What?
Like, I mean, it like top 100, and like being a little kid and like you care about like a top 100 in anything. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And like even if it was probably a dead, uncompetitive thing, you know, but...
Tetris, man, I don't have a Nintendo Switch Online right now. Like, I never bought it. I never pulled the trigger on getting it for Smash or Mario Kart or anything.
Good call, dude. You are not part of the problem. Good job.
Well, I just mean, if I would have played it this week. But, because it's free to play. Tetris 99, you could play it upstairs right now.
Yeah, no, I might actually do that. Like, that's a fun game that Gail and I could definitely play together and be, like, hyped up together.
Right, or, like, even passing the controller.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Because, I mean, I'm sure, like, you both are pretty fine at, like, playing the game, but I think the game's, like, is built for, like, quick play, which is perfect.
Yeah, no, I've heard it's really competitive, that it's, like, tough to actually win a game of Tetris, and... That's so interesting to me, but I don't know. I figure there's probably a few Tetris sharks out there winning up all those W's. But
over the last week, a lot of my Twitter feed is like people saying, "Yes, I got my first win," or like, "I got top 3 finally." Actually, that's how it's been like for the last 2 weeks with Apex Legends and Tetris 99.
That's how it's been for the last 2 years for me, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a new battle royale, first H1Z1 win, bro. Like radical heights, so creative destruction, gotta win. You know, like there's been a lot of W's in the past couple of years. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, you were getting some hella W's over there, here and there. So real quick, just not because I mean, all I'm playing right now is Apex Legends. So I mean, that's where a lot of my conversation this week is coming from. But right now, like, in partnership with like the Twitch Rivals thing, which I didn't know there was only 48 Twitch streamers are in this tournament for Twitch Rivals, and there's a $200,000 prize pool for a game that literally launched like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, definitely, man. The prize pools in esports keep going up, dude. Like I said, Fortnite has 80 million in esports prizes this year, and that number is just going to be like going up. Like as more and more money gets into esports and more viewers get involved, like the money is just going to get bigger and bigger to try to get more aspiring people in there, you know?
Yeah, so I mean, just to capitalize on that fun tournament, $200,000 prize pool, you can link your Twitch Prime account and get like a free skin for Pathfinder and 5 packs, which you get packs pretty quickly in the game. I've gotten like 20-ish packs.
Which are just loot boxes, but
I still got some cool skins.
No, I'm not like talking down. I was just explaining to people that didn't know it.
Oh yeah, good call. And then also out today, just the last little thing on Apex Legends, because I know y'all are probably feeling that Fortnite like fatigue almost by it already. The new gun called the Havoc just came out, and it's like a rifle that uses the energy ammo, which is going to be pretty fun.
Oh, I was using that today. I didn't realize it was a new gun.
Yeah, it just dropped today.
Oh, shit.
Probably dropped about 3 or 4 hours ago. So does that line up when you played?
Yeah. No, I was playing like almost right before you came. Had an update. Like, I played a game, ate some lasagna.
Oh, lasagna, man! I've been craving lasagna. Mom's made lasagna like for so long.
Mom's spaghetti, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool that like Twitch Prime keeps on doing these like little things for games. Like, I mean, they've been like active partners with Warframe, like doing like skins and frames and stuff with them. I'm trying to think what other games that they definitely have been doing, but there's been a lot of free games you get through Twitch Prime. I did not do my research this week. I totally blew it on the free games. I didn't even think about it.
Oh, it's no biggie.
Yeah.
But Twitch Prime does have a significant amount of free stuff. I think Twitch Prime is like Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime is such good value,
It's
dude.
ridiculous.
I like watch Prime Video all the time, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I mean, there's like some good shit buried in there, especially kind of like old 80s movies. They've got like a good amount of that going on in there, which is fun, but...
Do you plan on playing any more Apex Legends then, or are you just gonna stay with like Fortnite right now?
I mean, if my buddy Luke or anybody messages me, I was playing with a viewer Farinir the other day. If people message me and want to play Apex, I'm always down. Just like, how much practice do I really want to put into a first-person shooter?
Yeah,
not a lot.
Right? Yeah,
but I do enjoy the game. I think it's 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 even, like, but just first-person shooters, man, like, since I've lowered my sensitivity, I was doing a hell of a lot better in that game, dude.
Before the show, or actually at the top of the show, you brought that up, and I forgot to mention, so as soon as I got into like the training mode on that game, I went from like the 3 that's default or 4 that's default to like 7 or 8, and I was getting worked, like especially with the controller, which is a little bit harder in my opinion to be like finite area, like, adjustable. I lowered it to like 2 or 3, and now I'm doing way better.
Yeah, no, that's what they say. If you're having a hard time hitting shots and shooters, the first thing you do, check your sensitivity, lower that, and just keep lowering it until you feel competent or like you feel comfortable, and then move it up if you need to, which you don't need to. Like,
right.
People like overvalue that flick. But anywho, so is this happened? Rocket League gets cross-platform now? That's fucking amazing, man.
Yeah, dude. Finally, they beat the Sony evil henchmen over there and got their game with Friends Update 1.58 adds the feature, finally. Sony people can play with Nintendo people and the Xboxers and the PCers.
So you do you know if you can have like a PlayStation, a Switch, and a Xbox in the same party? Or
I believe so.
That's
I believe
psycho.
It's like
Good job.
Epic, what's it called for Epic? Like your Epic ID or login?
Sure.
It's kind of like that.
I know what you mean.
You get your own like little number or whatever. So I'm happy for Psyonix. Anyone that's still playing Rocket League, that game is fun as hell to watch too. That's another game where I played it for like a weekend or a couple Wednesday nights with a friend of the show, Clem, and like it was fun, but we suck so bad. But it's like a fun, explosive game just to watch.
No, it's got like great moments, and I consider it like a true esport. You know what I mean? Like in like the strictest sense, it's like literally a sport on the internet. It's like just different, you know, and it requires a lot of like high level of skill and like also like coordination with like you've seen how they do it like on those tournaments. They'll like launch themselves into the air, do flip shots and all this crazy shit. So
one thing I realized this week, or today actually, just thinking of this. Actually, I've been thinking about this for a while, ever since Apex Legends came out. Is that it's so hard for me to watch Fortnite stream or Apex Legends or basically any shooter, just watch those on my phone, because that's where I usually watch and consume most of my Twitch, because I can't see like out in the far where like someone's shooting. But like for something like a MOBA, which is probably why I've stuck with League for so long as being like my #1 game I watch, even now, which I don't even know who the newest like 5 characters are. I just watch. You're just like on that one little zone, you know what I mean? Like just that one little area. And you don't have to like see out in the far like who someone's shooting. It's just like you're watching minions getting hit or a champion and whatnot. So I think I was just thinking about that. Like I wonder what people are watching like this on. Like are they all watching on their mobile? Is there like analytics that you could look into?
I think I actually can look that up, but they say like if you're like designing anything from the internet, you do mobile first now. You just like want everything to be as streamlined for mobile because like a big percentage of Twitch viewers are mobile. I don't know if mine in particular are. I was gonna
Master Race Van Wedge.
I was gonna say I would assume a big percentage of my viewers in particular are PC because they are Magic the Gathering viewers and like there's not a lot of stuff on like Xbox that would keep you like totally engaged with that. So a lot of them are Magic Online. Hey, on your phone? Shit, dude.
Hey.
How's it going, Carrie? So I guess that pretty much tops off the show with a little cherry on the top.
Yeah. Thanks for commenting where you guys are watching. That's pretty fun to me. Just interesting. But we gotta get into some Jackbox. That was planned, by the way. We're gonna end the Totally Gamescast with talking about that. So you can find us all right there. Wherever it is, right there. But anyway, let's just dive right in. Thanks for joining us for Totally Gamescast. We'll come at you with more topics. I'll be talking about just Apex Legends from here on out.
Yeah, it's like I'm only going to talk about Epic and Fortnite.